So here's my Bluetooth communicator that I bought years ago and didn't charge it, just left it. So the internal rechargeable battery has died, nothing powers up, buttons don't do anything, but I want to make this thing work. So to remove the back cover, there were 4 T6 screws, which I already removed, Torx screws. And then you can lift the back cover, and there are also 2 Phillips screws under this little protective squishy thing. Be careful because there's two tiny wires that coil around to do that. Is that the magnetic induction? I think probably. I don't know, but the case is connected with 2 little tiny wires. This is the battery that is completely dead. It won't recharge for the life of it. So good luck finding this exact same battery. I really hope you find it. This is the one I found. I did not pay any attention to anything except that it was small and it had the right voltage and amps. However, I didn't realize it doesn't come with a JST connector. It's just 2 bare wires. Thank the good Lord I didn't throw away the old battery, which I've known to be like, well, I ordered the new one, just toss the old one away. So I kept the old battery, and now I also have a comparison that this battery is shorter width and twice as thick. That's what she said. So since I have the other connector, I need to cut that connector, and I'm just going to solder it onto the new battery. For you outside of the US, I will solder it onto the new battery. And I just realized that stupid clamp thing is useless. I need 2 hands to hold the wires at least close to each other so that I can do the solder. And I actually remembered to put little shrink tubing. So you would think that I have finally learned a little bit about how to solder. So I just put a glop, little drop to connect the 2 wires. It seemed like it was enough. These wires are super fragile, super thin. Not fragile, but they're pretty thin. I'm glad I took the time to move the heat shrink up while I do the next wire, because I have been known to accidentally heat the heat shrink with the iron while it's in a different position on the wire, and then it just shrinks and it's stuck on the wire, and I have to disassemble everything and put a new heat shrink on. So by moving it there while I do the other wire, I at least have a little safety precaution. Now to melt them, I'm going to use my handy dandy camera lighter, because why not? Here we go. So I am looking at the monitor, not at what I'm doing. So by looking at the monitor, I realized I actually overheated the cables, melted the plastic and the solder job. So it just, I ruined it. Now right here, there's a swear word, but you don't get to hear it because I didn't have audio running. So I'm plugging in the new battery with the old connector. And thank God I still had that little connector, because, are there standard sizes for these connectors? Is there a number? Because every time I get a battery, there's a different size connector on the end. I don't know how you get the exact same one for the communicator, but keep the old battery if you have it, because that connector will come in very handy. So I'm reversing the order by, here I forgot to put the screws. I forgot to put the screws under that squishy thing. So the battery is a little thick, so it doesn't hold. It's kind of pushing up on everything, but I don't care. I'm going to squeeze it. I'm going to squeeze everything down with the screws and hope for the best. Remember, don't do anything I do, because I do everything wrong. And speaking of doing everything wrong, after I put everything together, I realized that my communicator was not sticking correctly on the magnetic charger. It was kind of wonky. And I realized later that these magnets have to be facing the same direction. There's a red stripe. You can see it on the left one, but not on the right, because on the right one, it's actually underneath. It was flipped. Both red stripes on my communicator have to be facing up for it to magnetically stick properly and also charge properly. So actually, I took everything apart, made them face the right way, put everything back together, and it worked. And you can see me here squeezing everything together. That's my T6 Torx screw that I'm going to put all the screws back in, out of focus for your viewing enjoyment. Should I edit this? This is taking, what is wrong with me? No, you know what? Just, hey, enjoy, grab a drink while I figure out how to put in 4 screws to the communicator. By the way, that's a WOW driver. I'm not sponsored by them, or actually I don't even recommend them. It's just that's the one I bought, and it's got a little motor so you can hold the screw down or screw up button. But they put the battery cap right where I like to hold my palm on the back of a screwdriver whenever I turn it. So if you physically use the screwdriver like a screwdriver and turn it with the palm, you loosen the battery connector. Anyway, here's me trying to figure out how to turn my communicator on. It's been so long I forgot that it's the left button. Hold down the left button and that will power it up. Here we go. Yeah, I'm still like, oh, does this turn? What? How do I do this? The right button, what does that do? Anyway, here we go.
McCoy here. Enterprise. Spock here. Yes, Captain. McCoy here. Scotty here, Captain. Scotty here, Captain.
Scotty, beam me up.
I'll do what I can, sir.
Get me the hell out of here.